Hi, I'm Neil. Welcome to California Builds. Today I'm making a stand. This one can hold some gloves. It can also hold a helmet. Let's begin. First I started by clamping a straight edge to an old broken piece of material I'd been saving, and then trimmed a third of it off using a circular saw. Once I got that piece separated, it was time to trim the short end. I turned the piece around and used a couple of weights on the opposite end so it wouldn't fall over with the weight of the saw. Next I used the table saw to rip the piece to 5 inches wide. Then I cut it to 9 inches long. With the remaining piece of wood, I used a little tape container and traced a circle onto it. Then I switched to the jigsaw and began cutting it out. It was a little tough for me to get a good grip on it, so I just made multiple passes to shave off as much as I could. Once I had the circle cut out, I used a shaping tool to cut a 1/4 inch round over onto the sides of the shelf. It worked really well on the long grain, but not so much on the end grain. So instead, I used the belt sander to round the edge. I adjusted the table to an angle and then sanded each of the remaining sides of the shelf and the top piece. Next I laid all of the metal pieces out and used some glass cleaner to remove the residue left on it. I found the center point for the shelf and placed the flange on it. Then I drilled pilot holes where it needed to sit. After that I repeated the same thing for the top piece. Once I finished that, I sanded the pieces using some 150 and then 220 grit sandpaper. Then I cleaned the excess dust away and stained the wood. The stain was pretty dark, but I liked the way it turned out. The next day I sprayed the wood with a couple coats of clear matte finish and let it dry. Once it was completely dry, I screwed one of the flanges onto the shelf and the other onto the top piece. After that I started assembling the metal pipes. I already had the base, so I just bought 3/4 inch pipes and fittings to match. I attached a coupling piece to the T-shape and screwed it into the base as far as I could. I used my longer 10-inch pipe to tighten them into the base. The extra leverage really helped it to stay tight. I repeated the same steps with the right angle piece and got it secure. Then I attached the shelf and screwed it on. I turned the piece around and then screwed the top into the 10-inch pipe. After that, I just screwed the top into the base and it was done. So here it is. I really like the way it turned out. My gloves fit perfectly on the shelf and the helmet fits nice and snug. The best part about this is that this piece matches to a lamp I've already got and they accent each other nicely. So that's it for this video. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to stay in touch for my future videos, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time on California Builds.